Hey guys, Alex from 7th Hour Films back again with JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Last time on JoJo's Bizarre Adventure we had Gang Initiation, where basically Giorno was facing off against Polpo's stand Shadow Sabbath, which is really Black Sabbath, but Shadow Sabbath at least sounds kind of cool. You just gotta kind of remember that it's called that. But anyway, but yes, he was fighting that. Koichi got involved in too. Eventually they were able to defeat his stand. And then Koichi, kind of rightfully, Koichi was like, I need to call Jotaro. He needs to get over here. But Giorno stopped him and said, no, I need to do this myself. Because if you bring in backup, that could, get word and I could be outed. So I need to do this myself. And Koichi agreed. Koichi did eventually call Jotaro, but he said that he wanted to discuss Giorno in person. So he's going to be heading back to Japan, presumably, after seeing some sights in Italy. But yeah, I don't know if Koichi will be... he'll probably come back. Knowing my luck, Koichi will come back, but I don't know. Maybe gone for a little while. Anyway, Giorno passed the test, and he has joined the Passione Familia. And then he transformed one of Polpo's bananas into a gun, and Polpo shot himself, basically. Because, according to Polpo, an act of disrespect is justification for murder. And Giorno was basically said that Polpo disrespected that old man by killing him. So, yeah, Polpo is dead, and Giorno has joined Bruno's team. And, yeah, we're going to go meet... the people on his team, which is going to be pretty interesting. But yeah, that is pretty much that. Like always, the reaction is down in the description and in the pinned comment for your viewing pleasure. So let's go ahead and jump right into this episode of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Here we go. Woo! Alrighty, that was pretty crazy, but all right. You definitely understand it. You understand why he wouldn't trust Giorno. Like Bruno does, but he's fought Giorno. Abbacchio just met him, but Giorno he went out to prove himself. I mean, just right there, he just went out and got stabbed to prove himself to this dude. So, alrighty. Well, I think I caught all their names. So we've got Mista, I think. Mista, Fugo, Naracha, and Abbacchio. Yes? Let me see if I can... How the hell do I look that up? Alright, I have an idea to do this without spoilers. Let's see how well I can do this. Okay. Yes! Brilliant. Alright, so Giorno, Bruno, Mista. Oh wait, I don't even need to do that. So I just pulled up the cast list, basically. Alrighty, so Mista is voiced by Sean Chiplock. Let's see here. Okay, well, first off, he has been in JoJo before, in Diamond is Unbreakable as Toyohiro Kanadaichi. Who the fuck was that? Oh, the tower guy, Superfly. Oh, yeah. Fuck that guy. Oh, well. Do I recognize him from anything else? Nope. Alright, that's fine. Oh, no, alright. Hold on. Narancha, yeah. Well, I put in an H. Oh, well. Narancha Kyle McCarley. Oh, shit. Well, again, here's another guy who has previously been on JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. He played Mark. As in Caesar's Nazi friend Mark, who fucking died. Oh, man. But that seems to be it. Though I've noticed that both both Mista and Narancha, they're both in Comey Can't Communicate, which I keep getting recommended clips from. The sub, not the dub, but anyway. I keep getting recommended clips of that. That's actually how I started watching Spy Family and stuff. Occasionally, YouTube will just recommend an anime, and then I start watching it. And then we've got Abakio Mick Lauer. Alright, let me look. Oh, wait a minute. Rice Pirate. I've heard of this guy. I've seen some of his YouTube videos, right? I saw he did an animation about Yu-Gi-Oh, didn't he? Okay, well that's something, I guess. And then Fugo Ezra Wise. Let's see here. No, unfortunately I don't recognize him from anything. Oh well. That's okay. That's okay. So is that everyone? I guess that's pretty much everyone. Yeah. Because have we looked up Bruno before? Well, I'll just do it real quick just in case. Wow, okay. Well, first off, he's been on JoJo twice before. First was in Battle Tendency as logins. And then again as... Oh, I think that's Yellow Temperance. Oh, cool. He's Puri Puri Prisoner in One Punch Man. And he's Aaron Kruger in Attack on Titan. I feel like we looked this up before. So, alright. So I think I got everyone. Oof. I mean, yeah, to introduce, 4 characters like that is crazy. But to introduce 4 brand new characters in one episode is crazy. But interesting. Very, very interesting. So, okay. So, interesting stuff with this one. So, we're off to go find Polpo's treasure. Or fortune, I guess that's what this episode's called. But yeah, so... the first thing I wrote down about this episode is get noticed. You gotta get Senpai to notice you. And yeah, that's basically it. If you want to get close to the boss, because that's the whole goal, is taking the boss down, then you have to basically... excuse me. You're gonna have to get close to him, and that's very difficult. So, yeah, in order to start that, you gotta become a capo. So the hierarchy is that there's teams that are led by a capo, and then the capo reports, I suppose, to the right-hand man, who then reports to the boss, I would assume. I think that's it. So now, I mean, honestly, Giorno didn't even intend on this, Giorno didn't even intend on this, but the point is that he's going to... basically, it's fortunate that he did kill Polpo, because now that allows Bruno, that gives Bruno the chance to rise as a capo, which is pretty cool. So yeah, so most people are ruling it as a suicide, and I like even that one guy in the car is like, yeah, you can tell the difference between a suicide and a homicide, And sure enough, like there wouldn't even be any fingerprints on the banana gun banana, because, I mean, assuming a stand doesn't leave a fingerprint, because he only touched it with Golden Wind, So, yeah, interesting stuff. But Polpo has a crazy-ass fortune. He's like the Marcus Crassus of the Passione. There's a good, we're in Italy, let's have an Italian reference and stuff. I have to say, I am absolutely loving the setting of Italy. Like, I don't know what it is, but I just love it. And I feel like maybe because it's like I feel like it's taking advantage of that, Like Morio was good, but it was, small town Japan, it was fine. And before that, we never really stuck to one location. Like, we were kind of all over the place, Part 1, Part 2 were adventures. Part 3 was a hell of an adventure. But that had distinct towns, going from place to place. You go to India, you go to, Saudi Arabia, and then eventually to Egypt. Whereas this, I like that it's Italy, And we're going to different places in Italy, We're going to Capri, or Capri, as they said. There's the one guy, they were in Rome. We're in Napoli. All sorts of stuff like that. Like, I don't know what it is. Like, I just like being in this Italian world, So I'm really enjoying the setting. But yeah, so somewhere there is a fortune. There is a fortune that Polpo created, basically. And that's interesting, and it's a good point that it's like, yeah, he needed, so many different people to be able to get out of his cell. So there's no way he buried a fortune. So, and that honestly makes the most sense. First off, that from the hierarchy they showed, it looked like the person just under, Capo, Polpo, was Bruno. So it makes sense he would trust Bruno to go do this. But also just the fact that, yeah, it's not like Bruno has to, get a bunch of construction workers and dig this all up. He doesn't need to do that. His stand can open the ground, basically, He can literally use Zipper Man or Sticky Fingers or whatever you want to call it. He can just use that, put all the money there, and zip it back up, So I really like that. I like that makes the most sense. But because of that does put a target on Bruno's back, as well as his whole team, because yeah, people figured out that he's the one who knows where the fortune is. So yeah. So we met our team. What a dysfunctional group of people we have here. So we've got there was another N, wasn't there? Narancha. Yes. Narancha. So I put in an H where there should be an but there should be an N. Yes. Narancha. Yes. So we've got Narancha, I was gonna say the youngin', but I guess he's 2 years older than Giorno, so there's that. He was being taught math by Fugo, who then stabbed him with a fork when he fucked up. Don't know what that was about. We've got Mista, the one who's superstitious about the number 4. Don't know what that was about. And then Abacchio, who seems to be the cool one of the group, which is interesting. So yeah, a very dysfunctional group, but apparently, like Bruno said, they're all stand users, which is interesting. Now, I feel like they definitely proved in this episode that not everyone in the Passione is a stand user. Because, yeah, like, the guy in the car, from what I gathered, he was like, oh, they might be stand users. Like, he seems to be, like, I would almost imagine he was a guy who did pass the test legitimately and never got hit by the arrow, So, but yeah, a lot of people in the Passione are stand users, though. But yeah, we didn't really see any of their stands. Not until the end we caught a glimpse of Abacchio's stand. So yeah. But yeah, so we had the team and Abacchio pissing in that cup, and then very clever. I was very curious. Like, there's got to be some way that Giorno used Golden Wind, in order to not drink piss. But that, I wouldn't have thought of that, I wouldn't have thought of that, to turn his tooth into a jellyfish so that it sucks up all the piss. And then presumably, at some point you just get all that piss out of it and then, transform it back, basically. But that was clever. Because, yeah, it's like, you don't want to be like, oh, no, I can't drink this, because then, that might be disrespecting, It's like they're literally testing him with piss, Although, this is definitely a test that Bruno I don't think would approve of, but yeah. But that was interesting. And yeah, just I like the dynamic of this team immediately, Like, it's very interesting, they're all kind of childish and stuff like that, but they have their, the one who, keeps them in line, being Bruno. I like that. I like how, I don't know, I like him being, this sort of important figure, at least, even if he's sort of small time, he's not even a capo. But I like that, the people going to him for help and stuff like that. It's just very, very interesting. So I like that. So yeah, and there was the old lady who got beat by her son because he's like taking drugs or something. We didn't really get anything else about that, but yeah, but I'll be very curious to have more of that. So yeah. But again, I do love at the beginning when they talk about like, oh, most, capo, they'll dress up like ordinary citizens so they won't get noticed. And then it just cuts to the 6 of them walking around, and it's like, these are the most fucking anime-ass characters. Like, Jesus Christ, spot the protagonist. Actually, if you play spot the protagonist with these 6, it's difficult, So, but that was just kind of funny. But yeah, we are off to Capri in order to find Polpo's fortune. But it seems that 3 of our guys have been taken. Mista, Fugo, and Narancia. So yeah, they've been taken somehow. But yeah, I'm not really sure like what the stand is really doing, But I like how it's like, okay, we gotta find them. And Giorno uses Golden Wind, transforming Narancia's shoe into a fly, and it's naturally drawn back to its owner, basically, which is interesting. And then, yeah, the whole thing with Abbacchio, so I don't know what the hell his stand can do, but it can apparently solve the problem. But you understand why he immediately doesn't trust Giorno. It's like, oh, he's a new guy. I don't know if I should, be revealing my abilities to some unknown, basically. But yeah, Giorno, he's not going to give up on his dream. He is going to save them and do what he needs to do. So he went and he took, he basically took the bullet for them, He takes the bullet and reveals he gets injured, and that, basically proves himself to Abbacchio. So, yeah, very, very interesting stuff. And now, I guess next episode, we'll figure out what the hell Abbacchio can do to solve this problem, But yeah, very, very interesting stuff. Really great episode. Probably might be my favorite episode we've had. I know, favorite of 5 episodes in this part. But I think this one was really, really good. And I like the team, and I'm curious to see where we are going from here. But yeah, that is basically it. With all that being said, I'm Alex from 7th Hour Films, and I will see you guys next time. Take care. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. There's a bunch of links on screen if you want to go click around to any of those. There's a playlist for all of my JoJo's Bizarre Adventure reactions, as well as another video you can go click on if you want. There's also a subscribe button and a Patreon button on screen, as well as other links in the description if you want to go check out any of those. See you guys later.